The lighting that you choose to put over your reef tank aquarium is arguably one of the most important parts of equipment that you're going to choose for your tank. Now, I decided to go with these PopBloom RL90s from Amazon, and full disclosure, they worked out a deal with me and I got them for a discount. But the reason that I wanted to go with these lights is because they are pinpoint light sources. I like to have a lot of shimmer in my aquarium, and these pinpoint light sources like this are where that shimmer comes from. You know that swimming pool shimmer that you see down in the tank here? That's what I'm talking about. Now, these lights are very reminiscent of the old school metal halide T5 combos that we used to have back in the day. I really like the way those made the tank look. There was full coverage in the whole tank because of the T5s, but you still got that coloration and the shimmer that you were looking for from the metal halides. So if that's something that you're looking for, I think these might be a good option. But make sure you watch through the end of the video. I'm going to tell you everything that I know about them, and we're going to go through the app together. So one of the first things that you notice in the app is the moonlight part of the app, right? This is an active 29-day lunar cycle. Instead of just having 100% intensity on your moonlights all the time, you are going to be able to link this up according to the day of whatever you are in the actual real lunar cycle. Now, this has been known to spur on breeding and mating in certain reef aquarium fish, especially clownfish, so it's a pretty cool feature that they've included. All you have to do is turn the feature on and move this slider over to whatever day you are actually in the real lunar cycle, and then the app takes over from there. It uses channel number 2, which is the UV channel, to do this, and it's a very low power channel, so the look at night is actually pretty striking in the aquarium. The next feature that they have included in the app is the one that looks like a little coral here, and you click on that, and this is an acclimation mode, which is actually really nice. You can turn this mode on, and you can set the duration of days all the way up to 99 days of duration, and you can start the initial intensity down at whatever percent you think you want to start at. This is very important because when you put new lights on your aquarium, you're going to have to get your corals accustomed to the PAR and the spectrum that those lights have. So including this in the app makes it so easy for you to do that. When I put these on my tank, I actually did a 2-week acclimation starting at 30% intensity, and even that was still a little too much power compared to the lighting that I had on here, which was really old and really wore out, old school Mars Aqua Black boxes. These were a lot more powerful than that, and I ended up with a little algae in the tank, so I probably should have stretched that acclimation out for a little longer at a lower percentage, and you can do that. The next part of the app is this little pages icon right down here, and this is sort of a snapshot for what percentages the lights are going to be at various times throughout the day. The more important part is up here at the top. It's this little graph icon with the arrow, and clicking that gets you into the program library. Now, they have these pre-programmed settings in here, and at the bottom you can see one there called Algae Custom, and that's my own personal custom program. But clicking on these from this spot doesn't show you the actual graph of what the lights are going to be. So we have to back out again, and then go right here to the graph on the right side, and you can see what's going on there. Now, this part of the app is where you can adjust your own program. So if we use this slider and we come over here, you can see that everything in the bottom lights up when I'm over a data point. And if I want a little more UV, I can slide the second channel up. And if I want some more blue, I could slide that channel up as well, and then I could save it, and it would keep this as, the settings that I've chosen. I don't want to do that, so I'm just going to back out, and it's going to ask me or tell me that the change is not saved, and I'm going to hit OK because I don't want it to save that. Going back into that same graph icon, up here at the top right, there's a little save disk with a pencil. You can click that, and you can name your new program whatever you want to name it. Now, if you need to add additional data points into the program, you move your slider along to wherever you want to put that one more data point. So like if I wanted to make, the light be more intense through the middle of the program, I could come here where there's no data point and hit this plus icon. It's going to give me another data point there. I can move my UV up. I can move my blue up. Maybe my whites and my greens go up, and then I can save this, and that's my new program. I don't want that to be there, so all I have to do is go and highlight the data point you don't want, hit the trash can, and it's gone. Easy peasy. The next button at the bottom left is self-explanatory. It's a power button. It just turns the lights on and off. So we're going to move past that to the next one, which is the lightning mode. I don't particularly care for lightning modes in my reef aquarium lighting. It almost always tends to just scare the fish, but it is kind of a cool party trick, and some people like to have it, which is why companies like this include it within their app. Now, it does say in the app that you should run it for at least 10 minutes, and they believe that it has benefits to plants, coral, and fish that spurs on growth and health. But at the end of the day, this is what it looks like, and it isn't like a strobe light effect in the tank. It actually ramps the light up and down instead of just flashing it on and off, which is a little bit of a better look if I do say so myself. And it doesn't move that fast. I've actually had to speed this up to make it move faster so that this video doesn't take forever to get done. But I really don't like these modes. I don't use them on my aquarium, but it's there if you want to use it. The next tab to the right of that one is going to show you what percentages your channels are at the moment, and this is the manual mode. So if you want to just change something with the tank, you can grab any one of these sliders, slide them all the way to the top or wherever you want them to be to see what look that gives to the tank at that percentage. You can use this mode to dial in what you want the tank to look like and make your schedule so that when you go back to do your program, you have it all written down and it's just easy to plug in the numbers. Exiting manual mode puts everything right back to where it was at whatever time you are in the program. And the last button on the right kind of does a very similar thing, but it actually shows you the program that's in place. You can move this slider along the program that you have chosen, and it will show you what the tank is going to look like at that point during the program, and you can use that to make some adjustments. With the exception of covering how you set the app up on your mobile device, that's everything you need to know about the functionality of the app. Now, getting it set up can be a little bit of a pain in the butt. I had some problems getting mine set up, but they were pretty responsive in helping me get those problems fixed. And ultimately, all I had to do was to delete everything from the app, delete the app, uninstall it, reinstall it, and go back through the installation procedure. Now, unfortunately, I don't have a par meter, but I can tell you that even when I'm running these lights on 55%, as I am right now, with the whites and the blues down around 35% actually, my corals are perfectly happy. I have tons of room to increase the intensity of these lights when I add acropora and things like here up top. They claim at the surface that these lights have upwards of 500 par, and I absolutely believe that. Down here at the sand bed, these orange Bam Bams right now, they are down tight to the rock. They're not reaching for light, and everything looks good to go. And I'm actually growing cyanobacteria on the sand right now. I'll get that fixed, but that just goes to show you that even at a low intensity, these lights have plenty of par for these corals. And I've had these lights on this tank for almost 2 months now, and everything has been working just as it should. The only issue that I've had with these lights, the only one, was getting them set up and getting the app working on the phone. Another thing that you should probably know about is that these lights can come with a mount option where they clip onto the back of the tank, or a hanging option where they have this bracket that you can hang them from a shelf or the ceiling or something like that. But what they don't tell you is the hanging mount comes in the package with the lights that have the mount for the back of the tank. So if you're going to order them, order the ones with the back of the tank mount, because that mount uses the hanging mount as part of its fixture. So you get both doing it that way, and you can set them up however you like. I really like these lights. They're very similar to the Red Sea Reef LEDs, but the point, you know what I'm talking about, is quite a bit less. So if you want to get a good light for your reef aquarium that's a middle of the road kind of, that kind of area right there, these are a very good option. And for a 6-foot tank like this one, they recommend that you have 4 of these. I think you could probably get away with 3, but 4 absolutely gives me a ton of spread in light in this aquarium. When I put these lights on, there were places in this tank, like back here in the back by this overflow, that were completely dark from my previous lights. And with these, I can see back there. So I can tell you for sure that the spread is absolutely awesome. I recommend these lights for people who want a shimmer look and a more natural look to the tank. And I'm going to need you to subscribe to the channel Leave a comment down below for what you think about these lights if you've ever used them before, or any questions you may have that maybe I didn't cover in this video. And then there's a link in the description that helps me out if you want to get them. See you later.